Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier hanging out behind the glass as always. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We're back in the saddle. I'm back in the saddle. What's up, JoJo?
What's going on, man? Just texting my good buddy Jeffery Simmons, see what we're going to do this weekend since he's now the highest paid defensive lineman in the history.
I saw that. Yeah, he texted us.
And
Dr. Crane's line was pretty funny.
Yeah.
In that. But, yeah, he was just like, Hunter Mill, boys, let's roll.
Right. We're like, where are we going? He's like, wherever you want to go. So, no, I thought that what's funny is that news broke at like 2:59 on Friday when Dr. Crane and I were just off the air. So DVD got the story on Jeffery Simmons, and I think it's great. When's the last time a Titans player was the highest paid player in the league? There's been a chance.
Lawan, I believe, was I believe Byard was the highest paid safety at one point in time. There's been a few.
Okay, that was okay. All right, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't think Derek was the highest paid running back, but
He was not.
But he could have been.
That deal he took was not. They're like, why are you signing that? I know. I remember Finnegan in 09 or 08 signed a massive deal.
Why am I blanking on his name? Michael Griffin. I think he was.
Oh, did he? I
think so.
I hope not.
I could be wrong.
He's a good player, but he's not
so.
deserving of the highest paid player in the league.
At their position.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say this: when the Jeffery Simmons news broke, I mean, I'm happy for the guy. I really am. We've been very outspoken on him at times on this show.
Yeah.
And I think it was deservedly so. And probably if you asked him at this point, he would say, yes, it was.
Just a kid, man.
But he's grown up and he's become a leader. There was a time I didn't think he'd be a leader on this team, and he's proved me wrong. And I'm very proud to see that. Because he is now, the guy. I mean, he's the face of this franchise. So, I thought, I think that, that they would probably get something done.
Sure.
But it's cool to see him get rewarded now. And we always talk about these guys not getting a second contract. This is now the third contract he's got with this team.
Although I wanted to see him launch Buck Rising into the lake surrounding the facility. That would have been fun. And somebody else too as well. Launch both of them into that'd have been fun to see that. But good for him. Here's the thing.
You wouldn't hear Buck, but you'd hear the other one.
Here's what I'm afraid of. If this football team is really, really bad at the trade deadline, he's gone.
Not this year.
Gone.
I don't think so.
He's his 8th year in the league. That clock ticking. He's gone. If they're bad, trade him to a team that's going to win.
I'm sure that was probably discussed, because my thing is, if that were even going to be a thought, he's not signing this deal right now.
Still getting paid.
He didn't have to.
Still getting paid.
Sure, but I mean, does this deal kicks in next year? Like, he didn't have to sign this unless I don't know if they reworked something where.
I thought it took place. I was under the assumption
it might be. Like I said, I was out of town. It might be.
I'm telling you, if they're 2-7 at whatever the trade deadline is, if this is a bad football team, trade him, get something back for him, and let him go and play. If you feel like you're a bad football team, and I hope it's not, I hope they're 7-2 at that point, or whatever the time is of the trade deadline. But if you're 2-7, you're not going anywhere. You have an asset that you can get a lot of things back for. Do us all a favor. Do us all.
Look, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but again, why sign the deal?
Why not sign the deal? I'll sign it.
All right, I'm trying to look to see. It doesn't say.
I'll text him here in a second
if it's but I mean, I hear you. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I normally would agree with that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he wants to be here. I mean, clearly, he just signed a 3-year extension. So if it kicks in this year, that's 3 more years. If it kicks in next year, that's this year plus. So
I think he hates losing.
Yeah,
I really think he hates losing.
But he also, it seems like he believes in this new regime.
I hope so. But if they're 2-7,
I know. But I mean, the roster's better, right?
On paper.
On paper, I think we think it's marginally better,
A
but
lot better.
it obviously has to all work out.
And it all comes down to one thing.
The quarterback,
No. The Jets game.
the Jets, yeah.
You have to start out 1-0. You're at home. Everything is in your plate right there. Start out 1-0 and then worry about the Eagles, Giants, Colts, blah, blah, blah. Everything at whatever that place is called now, the facility, should be focused on the New York Jets. Everything focused on the Jets.
No, I think they are. I mean, I agree with you. Because if they lose that game, then
everything turns on them.
It's going to be hard
Right.
to come back from.
Exactly right. So just focus on that. Good for Jeffery Simmons getting signed, and he's a beast. I know ESPN's got their top 100 coming out, or not top 100, different position rankings coming out. Is there anybody better? I mean, is Chris Jones for the same position as a D tackle?
Well, yeah, because they said he's now paid more than Chris Jones.
Right. So that's got to be like 1-2 right there. I don't know a better defensive player than Jeffery Simmons right now than at that position in the National Football League.
To your point, all right, let's say at the trade deadline they've won 2 games. I would call one team.
Don't do it.
And I would say I want your next 2 firsts and a player back to fill that position.
And
Jerry would probably take it.
Oh, okay. I like it. My thing is,
you thought I was going to say the Patriots,
right?
No.
My thing
I called
is,
Dallas because you could fleece Dallas.
Get him out of the AFC.
Yeah,
put him in the NFC.
But right now I'm not even thinking about this. Like I think that he'll turn 29 at the end of July. When they report for training camp, he'll turn 29. So you got a player that is in his prime, under 30 years old,
right?
That's obviously the highest paid at his position, and it's a great deal, but it's not a bad deal for the team.
No.
The way
at all.
Who knows how they're going to, they can manipulate all that.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Now I don't want this team 2-7. I'm tired of talking about a losing football team.
But I really think I think they can achieve 7 wins. I really do. I think there are 7 wins on that schedule, but they got to beat the Jets.
If they beat the Jets,
6.5 is, I think, the number.
If they beat the Jets and the Eagles, all right, now follow me here. That's 2-0. This team makes the playoffs.
I don't think you're crazy, because how many times have you seen a team overachieve in the first couple of weeks? Then they think they're better than they truly are, but they play better than they truly are.
Right. And the
1999 is a prime example. If Titans fans want to go back in history, if they lose to the Bengals in week 1, which they came very close to doing,
right,
that season doesn't go the way it goes.
Amen. Because they have to rally beat the Browns the next week, and then they go.
And the Bengals weren't very good, but
granted on that, 10. Oh man, I had a good thought here, and I've lost it now because that's the way my brain works these days. 10-7 playoffs. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. The formula has always been in the NFL is win all your home games, right, and go 500 on the road. That's the formula to get into the playoffs. Every team goes by that formula. So in the 16-game schedule, you're 8-0 and you're 4-4. All right, so you're 12-4. You're going to have a few missteps, so you end up 10-6 or 11-5. You're still in the playoffs. I don't remember the last time a 10-6 team did not. This was a 16-game schedule. The last time a 10-6 team did not get in there. So now it's moved to 10-7, 11-6. You're in the playoffs. You're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and we've seen plenty of 8-9, 9-8. What was the league a few years ago? The NFC South had no team had a winning record. Hell, it wasn't long ago the NFC West didn't have a team with a winning record. And somebody's gonna make the playoffs. So I think it all sets up nicely for him. But it's that damn Jets game, week 1, September 12th or 13th, whatever it is.
Well, a month from tomorrow, the rookies will report to Vanderbilt Health Football facility. They're calling it Vanderbilt Health Football Camp in Nashville. The veterans will report on Jeffery Simmons' birthday on July 28th.
Happy birthday, Big Jeff.
So that's when things really get underway. They'll have joint practices with the 49ers in Santa Clara on August 11th before their preseason game on August 13th. They'll have a joint practice with the Seahawks here in Nashville, the Super Bowl champions, on August 21st before that August 23rd preseason game.
Nice.
They will also practice with the Bears on August 27th before the final preseason contest on August 29th. So they are doing joint practices with all 3 preseason opponents, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's starting. It's going to be 2 preseason games, 18 games, and move the season. Or they're not going to do Labor Day weekend because John McClain said so. But I think the joint practices are fantastic. So much work gets done. Everybody's doing part of that. There's not tackling, which I hate, but I understand it. And hopefully the Seahawks will wear their throwbacks like they did 2 years ago at camp. We were like, holy cow, those are beautiful. So that's off and rolling. This is the kind of the quiet time now, and then they'll be here a month from now and get it going.
Yeah, for sure. So,
sure.
But yeah, so all the dates coming out. So the rookies on July 23rd, the vets on July 28th. That is training camp for the Tennessee Titans this year.
You know, we've talked about this with McClain. In the old days, in the 70s, training camp was like 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And they would show up. And I remember a great quote by Dave Casper. He's the great.
Didn't they play like 6 preseason
They
games?
did. He's a great tight end for the Raiders and the Oilers. I remember to interview with him one time. I said, how'd you make it through camp? He's like, for those 6 to 7, 8 weeks, I just made myself numb. And the reporter was like, oh, huh. He's like, no. I just mentally made myself numb so nothing would affect me. And that's the way I got through camp.
Well, Fisher's told us about Ditka's training camps.
Oh,
and,
yeah, right.
And like that you could barely walk after 3 days.
Right.
I mean.
And we said, what was your recovery after? He's like, the tavern 2 blocks down, 4 beers and a cheeseburger after practice. I was like, yes, that's how you do it.
No, he said that line. He goes, and I thought I was eating good.
Right.
You know, because that was nutrition.
Yeah.
Back then.
And that's the thing. After the 2011 lockout, I mean, Derek knows this, is that, you know, the NFL changed drastically from the practices you to 2 days. One would be at camp, you'd hit hard, and the other one be in shorts. And I'm sure it was exhausting for those guys. And so now they don't do any of that anymore. It's one practice and they're in shells, and this is the way it is.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. The World Cup going on, Argentina and Lionel Messi taking on, who is that? Is that
Austria?
The abbreviations get me sometimes.
Put another shrimp on the bobby, right? Austria,
not Australia.
What movie is that from, Goose?
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
The Rolodex was going through.
That's
here.
our connection. Dumb and Dumber, which is one of the greatest comedies ever.
That's the show, right?
Right.
Yeah, Seabass and the guys that pick up our
Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest. That should be our show.
What else does he say, True? When he's leaning out the limo, he's like, he does a shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah.
And then he says something else to her, too. I forget.
Good
day, mate, or something stupid like that.
When he dropped off, what's her name?
Mary Swanson.
Mary Swanson at the airport and goes, it's okay. I'm a limo driver.
Lauren Holly?
Yes. Yeah. That's right. But he rolls it down and it says another line to her. And I'll look it up here in a minute.
Oh, it's something about let's do something. And she goes, let's not. Yeah.
Do you want to give a shout out before you get to our question of the day to someone that has always been really cool coming on this station? Linda Cohn will retire from ESPN. This Friday, June 26th, will be her last SportsCenter appearance.
Why?
And she's been there for over 30 years, anchored more SportsCenters than anyone in history. 5,500 plus editions.
Wow.
And so June 30th will be her last day. But her last SportsCenter will be Friday. But she's always been great with her time. We've talked a lot of hockey with her over the years. So
I'll knock this down. I'll take the gender out of this. She's one of the best anchors.
Agreed.
Ever.
Yeah, agreed.
Ever. She is fantastic. That stinks, man. But I get it.
Yeah. Very, very, very cool and an amazing career. All right. Our question of the day.
Question of the day. Before I get to the question of the day, there is a passing of a radio guy this past weekend, and his name was Hollywood Hendricks, and we all grew up with him.
I didn't know that.
In the 80s and 90s, we all grew up with him. I worked with him for a time at Channel 2. He did traffic, but he was at Y107 back in the day. You know, we all worked the bars and nightclubs. He would do remotes, and he was so gracious and so nice and so warm and welcome. And we talked about a year or so ago and just exchanged pleasantries and checking in on each other. So Hollywood Hendricks is up there in the level of – I don't mean this, but like Carl P. and Cowdy McLeod were the greatest. Jerry House were the greatest. Hollywood Hendricks is right underneath that. He had a different role, than those guys had. They were all morning guys and afternoon drive guys.
Well, he did like I listened to him. Did you do middays or
he might have.
or overnights? Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
he was on WSIX when Carl P and Jerry House were there.
Yeah, and he was at Y107. That's where I knew him for Y107.
And we just lost Bill Cody too.
That's right.
So
that's don't come in threes.
Oh yeah,
Bill Cody and Hollywood Hendricks. So to Hollywood Hendricks and the family, man, he was a good man, and that's a big loss for radio here in Nashville. And I hate to switching gears. This Saturday, Alan Jackson's doing his final concert ever. I'm told it's going to be at Nissan Stadium. I mean, it's might be the greatest country concert of all time. So this is it for Alan Jackson. Our question of the day, based off Mr. Jackson, what is one concert you would love to relive again in your life? What is one concert you would love to go back and relive for one night? I know it's a hypothetical. I know it's out there.
but it's one you attended.
One that you attended.
Yeah.
Yep. That you would like to relive again. Real quick for me, it was Buffett, July 15th, 1994. Forrest Gump just came out, and it was an amazing show at Starwood. That show is a very emotional, powerful show to me because some of the people that are with me, that show are no longer here. And I would love to revisit the Buffett concert in July of 1994 at Starwood. You?
I have a few answers, but mine is also Starwood because it's not there anymore, and it's one of the greatest venues ever. And it was ironically the last concert I attended there because it closed that summer. Hank Williams Jr. with Montgomery Gentry as the opener. Nobody wanted to go with me. I was in college, and I was like, all right, fine. I went by myself, had a blast.
Attaboy. Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did Montgomery Gentry do the steam whistles? They
I
come
think,
out.
yeah.
Just rocking.
And they were great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were awesome. And then Hank came out, and he had on the stage
a cannonball.
No, he had pictures of his father, Johnny, Waylon, and Willie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no. Waylon and Jerry Lee. That's what it was.
Nice.
And he, he paid tribute to everybody. And he talked about, like, one of the things that always stands out to me is he's sitting at the piano and he's talking about, after my daddy passed, there were a lot of people that, would check in on me and my mama and make sure that we were good. And my mama was worried about me because I was kind of down and, just keeping to myself. And, a fella came by one day to check on us and said, Miss Audrey, he's fine. He just needs the music. And he started playing Great Balls of Fire as a tribute to Jerry Lee.
Oh, that's cool.
And I mean, he did. I think he did the Man in Black, and he was like an honorary member of the Highwaymen.
Yeah, right.
And stuff. So
he was.
I mean, it was such a cool show.
Oh, that's nice.
Like 2006.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dr. Crane, what you got? Can I guess?
It's incorrect, but
oh man, no.
Yeah, no, it's not Luke Combs. No,
Okay.
It's actually hold your ears to this one, Joe. A Florida Georgia Line concert. But here's the reason why I choose this one. It was actually went for the opening act. It was Cole Swindell. My buddy, Brad Warren, his son Sage, who's now passed away. He was down there in the, I guess, by himself in the bottom level, took a date with him, and I was there with a few friends, and I posted something online. He goes, "Hey man, you here?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Come on down. Like, we have a whole row to ourselves." So
that's cool.
I went down there and we kind of hung out, and I think the Backstreet Boys were at that concert. Nelly was at that concert.
Good Lord.
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty cool, guest appearances from a lot of people, but it's just cool because that's one of my good childhood friends I do dearly miss. It's been 6 years now. So it was just a lot of fun. I got to meet his cousin Joel, excuse me. He was the backup guitarist for Cole Swindell, and I felt bad because I kept knocking his drink out of his hand. Every time I would go hug him, I just knocked it out of his hand. It was pretty funny, though.
What year was this?
2017.
Just graduated high school.
Yeah.
Out, been a rebel rouser downtown Nashville.
Can't help it.
All right, 615-737-1025. 615-737-1025. What's one concert you'd love to relive in honor of Mr. Jackson hanging that cowboy hat up on Saturday night?
615-737-1025. We'll get to our answers. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
Oh, no.
Chasing Big Joe 1025 The Game on this Monday. Alan Jackson doing his final concert Saturday at Nissan Stadium. And obviously, we are big fans of Mr. Jackson on this show. And our question of the day is,
what is one concert you would love to relive from your past? One concert you'd love to relive from your past. Tell us who it was and why it was so important to you.
we have a special guest, Nick Barris from News Channel 5 has joined us. Hello, Nick.
I love your questions, guys. These are great.
Thank you, buddy.
Always makes me think. So, best concert going back that I would like to relive. All right. Picture the scene. Young Nick Barris in the dorms, 1981, University of Oregon. Yes, proud Duck. And my roommate and I were huge fans of The Who. And we found out that The Who were playing the now gone Kingdome in Seattle. So he and I and two other guys from the dorms climbed in the car, went online, got ourselves some tickets, or not online at the time, we called and got it, and drove up to the Kingdome, and we saw The Who. But what made this concert especially better is, and look, I know it's old school, but I want someone to top this concert for sheer greatness. The Clash opened for The Who.
Oh, wow.
So I saw The Clash and then The Who back to back. Again, old school. Some people out there listening maybe are going, who's The Who? What, The Clash? Look, if you don't know who those two bands are, you don't know music, period.
Was the London Calling album just out or not out yet? Or
I can't remember specifically. Gosh, I'm having a tough time remembering back then as it was anyway. But I can't remember. Yeah, it may have been right about then, London Calling. But I mean, the Clash were huge at the time. And, of course, The Who. And they opened for The Who. So it was a great concert. It was fun, and can never relive that because the band's, of course, no longer together, and the Kingdome's no longer there.
Bet you got it in your heart, though, buddy.
Yeah, that's it. Never forget it. And you made me think about it driving home, listening to you guys, so I appreciate that.
So you said that was 1981?
Yeah, 81 or 82. Yeah, I was a freshman year in the dorms.
So Keith Moon had just died, I think.
Yeah, exactly. God, what was his name?
Kenny Jones.
Kenny Jones was the drummer. Yeah, Keith Moon was not the drummer for The Who at that point.
But it was still Roger Daltrey, Pete Townsend, John Entwistle. So yeah. you saw The Who.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would have been great to see Keith Moon. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it was still Daltrey spinning it. And that's the thing. I saw Daltrey. I saw The Who a few years back when they played Nashville.
Yeah, me too.
Fine. But so many of these, and I enjoyed that. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, the bands, all these years later, be it the Eagles and others, and I love the Eagles. I'd go see them today. But back then, I thought The Who were kind of over the hill, in 81, just like the Rolling Stones these days. And, as they kept touring. But, yeah, it was great seeing them back then when I think they still had a lot of the juice left.
So it's funny, if you go back to the concert, there was no Jumbotron, right? You had to actually pay attention to the stage?
Exactly. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. And we were way up high, I mean, I think they may have had some kind of screen or some projection along the line. But, yeah, it was all about the stage and the way it was set up. You definitely heard them. Let me put it to you that way.
Real quick, you did the Hillbilly Day this past weekend?
I ate a lot of fried pies, Joe.
How do you not weigh 1,000 pounds? Honestly, how do you not weigh 1,000? All you do is eat.
Yeah, you pace yourself.
What's your next one?
I'm not eating today.
All right, well, you got Famous Dave's coming up. What's next? Did you go eat someplace?
Yeah, I don't know. We got the championship barbecue coming up at some point. Jack Daniels, right? That's in October.
Yeah, and then we're doing Banana Pudding Festival in August, right?
Oh. Yeah, you know what? They signed me up at the Wilson County Fair again, and you need to do this with me, Joe. You have to sample every single concession at the fair.
Oh, I'm driving there now. Yes,
I'll need a wheelbarrow.
I will put your name in. But I mean, I did it last year. It's going to be more organized. I mean, we're talking more than 20. I mean, every single food served at the fair is being judged, and we'll judge it.
Oh, okay. I'm bringing the whole 1025 the gang too with me. So get ready for that.
Fried Oreos waiting for us.
Listen, man, don't be a stranger. Call in anytime.
All right. You guys take care. Great show.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. 615-737-1025. John has been waiting patiently. John, what you got on our question of the day?
Okay, how can I follow Nick? There's no way I can do that. But 1994 Van Halen at Starwood Amphitheater, the best thing about it was it's me and 5 of my other buddies, so there were 6 of us. And there were some young ladies that were having a birthday party, and they worked in the oldest profession, I guess you could say.
Oh,
So
restaurant industry.
We had a big time that night, Joe. It was a blast. I barely remember it.
Who do you remember who opened for Van Halen? Was it Brett Michaels?
No, they were there by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Amy Lee Hagar had just started with them a few years earlier, and he was the singer, and I sure do miss Starwood. That was a great place to go to concerts.
It was. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that story, man.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a good day.
Well, Hagar joined in like 85, right?
Sure. Yep, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Few years to you is a few years to somebody else.
It is. 615-737-1025. Bill, hang on the line. We'll get you coming up next. Our question of the day, a concert you would love to relive. We'll talk about that next. Chasing Big Joe on 105 The Game. Chasing Big Joe on 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. A lot about living, a little about love. Alan Jackson, final concert coming up on Saturday at Nissan Stadium. And our question of the day is, if you could relive one concert, what would it be?
Just one.
Just one. Bill has been waiting patiently. Bill, what you got?
Thanks a lot, guys. I've seen a lot of concerts in my life, starting with Jethro Tull in '71. The one that I really missed because they can't come back was B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Oh,
all out at Opryland, the Opry House out there. It was fantastic, man. I had to get up out of my seat and get down as close as I could to see Stevie Ray playing his guitar, man. He was channeling from heaven somewhere, I think. But it was fantastic, man. And B.B. King, hey, come on. What can you say? Huh?
Oh, what year is this?
This is back in it was before Stevie Ray died, obviously.
Right.
I think it might have been 96.
No, he died in 90.
Oh, okay. Well, it was before that then, because
Yeah.
I still have the ticket stub. It's out in the other room. But it was fantastic, man. I loved it. Stevie Ray's always been a favorite, and B.B. King.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Fabulous Thunderbirds with Jimmy Vaughan.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray's brother, man.
Well, let me ask you this. Who closed the show?
It was the Fabulous Thunderbirds opened and they closed.
Oh, okay.
They came out and they played.
Amazing.
Jeez, no kidding, man. But I do miss Starwood. I saw Skinner out there when they came back with their redone band.
Oh, yeah.
The first one. Then I saw the last one they did, and they were 3 steps ahead on their last concert.
Real quick, where did you see Jethro Tull?
I saw them down in Jacksonville. I just got out of parachute school in the Navy, and we got free tickets. And it was, it was somewhere indoors, man. I always see things under enhanced circumstances. I
Right.
put it like that. And I saw Elton John down in the Municipal Auditorium. There's so many concerts I've seen. I saw Ringo and his All-Star Review up in Louisville. Man.
Well done. Thanks for sharing, brother. Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill. Great call. Man, those are some good.
Jethro Tull?
Yeah.
Is that Aqualung?
Probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Album. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Gator Mike wants to weigh in. Hello, Mike. What's up?
Hey, while I was on hold, I got to thinking I may need to change my answer. But, first off, and Joe says it was one of his best concerts with Sammy Hagar and friends with Loverboy. Not only was it a great show, but after the show, I ran into you guys, Harry Middle Henry, and Big Rick. So,
That's right.
left the last impression. It's not every day you run into that kind of celebrity on the street
Nah, you're right.
in Nashville.
You're right.
Correct. But that was a great show. But no, I said probably my favorite, Joe, you may remember this. I had to look it up. I gave Dr. Crane the wrong year. But it was 1990, Motley Crue on the Dr. Feelgood tour at Murphy Center, and Warren opened up. And just being blown away by all the pyrotechnics, the naughty habits in the background, singing, just municipal guy being such a smaller venue and stuff. It was loud. It was wild. It was by far one of my favorite things in my youth, for sure.
You said that was at Murphy Center?
Yeah, Murphy Center. It says January 29th, 1990, and I'd forgotten who the opening act was, and it said it was Warrant.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I faintly remember that show because it was colder than hell that back then. And
Correct.
I'm trying to think, did I go to that show? I don't think I went, but I remember, again, faintly that show because Motley Crue was on top of the world right then.
Oh, it was insane. Yeah. And that was my first time seeing them. And like I told Dr. Crane, who knew I wouldn't see him again until they broke their, not tour thing. And they played a couple years ago, at Nissan with Def Leppard and
Right.
Yeah.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and all that. So, yeah. So that's why it's kind of a lasting memory for me, because I thought that was the only time I ever got to see
So
him.
is that why you want to relive that show?
Yes, correct.
Who'd you go with?
I went with my girlfriend at the time. So, yeah.
Was that when you were
That was it.
dating?
It was great.
Was that when you were dating Reba?
Yeah, Reba's sister, actually, is what it was.
Oh, okay. Lorna, great girl.
Oh,
You know who we need to have You know who we need to have call in? I would love to hear his answer. Would be Hairmiller Henry for as many shows as he's seen.
Yeah, he's blocked.
No, he's not. But
coming.
I'm sure he'll call in, or he's texted in. He'll call. He's probably in
fellas,
Bermuda or something.
Well done. Thanks, Gator Mike.
All right, take care.
Thanks, Mike. Let's go to David. David, what's up?
Hey guys, love y'all's show. How you doing?
Good.
So set the stage. I'm an old man. I'll be 73 next month. I grew up in Macon, Georgia. My best friend's father ran the janitor staff at the Macon Coliseum, and it was either 70 or 71. I'd have to Google it, but he would leave the back door open for us because we didn't have any money, so we could sneak in. Well, Led Zeppelin was playing.
Oh.
And it was sold out, and so we went. There was no place to go, but the back of the stage had yellow tape on it because it was an obstructed view. So I said, Mr. Lavery, can we sit where the yellow? He said, oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to see or whatever. I found a place 5 feet behind John Bonham.
Oh.
Sat behind John Bonham for 3 hours. No opening act.
Wow.
And Led Zeppelin 2 was just coming out, and they came out after the first song. They said, we're going to play a song off our new album called A Whole Lot of Love.
Oh, yes. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about when you tell me that story? Like, the sound back then was just raw and organic and wasn't filtered. That had to be a badass show.
Well, and later on in life, I became a recording engineer and actually worked at the Allman Brothers studio in Macon. But you're right. Back then, I mean, Page had 4 stacks of Marshalls, and it was just, I mean, I couldn't take it now, but back then, I mean, it was overwhelming.
Oh, what a memory. Thank you for sharing that.
You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. A lot of calls coming in. Tommy wants to weigh in. Tommy, what you got?
Hey, fellas. October of 78, Bob Seger was the headliner at Municipal Auditorium. It was an incredible show. I had camped out on the front porch there at Municipal on a lounge chair, and got tickets for myself and 4 other people. So a total of 6 tickets. They're about $12 or $14 a pop. and that's back Alto Reed, the saxophonist for Bob Seger. I don't know how long they'd had wireless microphones, but at some point he's up in the second level with a spotlight on him with an antenna coming out of his saxophone playing a solo up there. We wound up in the 3rd row, and it was just mind-blowing. Somebody whose music had such an impact on me growing up, to be able to see him live and up close right there at the Municipal. He had opened up for Kiss a couple of shows in Nashville, but he was the headliner that night.
And that's the one that brings you back to the youth, right, Tommy?
That's the one, and it's a long time ago, pal, let me tell you.
That's all right. Was Seeger better than the Eagles, the tickets you won on our radio station?
At the time, and let's clarify, my wife won those tickets.
That's right.
He's the one that was able to manipulate that. But, at the time, Seeger just blew me away. Now, the Eagles show was really good, but I'm watching the Eagles when I'm 69 years old, and I'm watching Bob Seger when I'm, well, let's see, I was 23. I was 23 years old. So, you know, a little bit of a difference there.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for calling in, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
All right, boys.
See, Stan wants to weigh in now. Stan, what's up?
Man, I got the best one for you. December the 2nd, 1999, I accidentally bump into this really pretty lady. We get to having a conversation, and she says, my bank Christmas party is tomorrow night. Can you go with me? She said, I can't believe I'm inviting you, but would you go? And I said, yes. So we go to the Parish Country Club in Parish, Tennessee. There's about 60 people there. Well, I didn't know this, but Hank Williams Jr. owned some stock in the bank. So they had a little band playing, and about an hour after they got playing, Hank got to feeling pretty good. So Hank gets up and he plays for 3.5 or 4 hours to a small little audience of 60 people. I said, man, this gal is a pretty good gal to get with, and we've been married 26 years.
Look at you, buddy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was a pretty good concert.
Well, explain bumping into her. How did that happen?
Well, we just kind of actually bumped into one another. She was walking one way, I'm walking the other way, and we bumped into one another. And, you know, I said, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. She said, oh, I'm sorry, it was my fault. And we just got to talking, and
well, that's good
all
then.
happened after that.
Now, a lot of our male listeners will start bumping into women in grocery stores.
Hey, it's worked pretty good. That's pretty cool to get a private Hank Williams Jr. concert for 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, man. Stan, thanks for calling in, buddy. Appreciate that.
Have a good one.
All right, that's good.
Thank
He
you, Stan.
stands like you with Hank Jr.,
Yeah, it was a great show.
right?
And then I saw he came out with Kid Rock one time when Kid Rock played Bridgestone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you going to a show by yourself.
Oh yeah, I did.
I love it.
I've done a couple concerts by myself.
I went to Key West, saw Beach Boys by myself.
Yeah.
I just get away, man. Go do it.
I'm going to see you standing there just like, wish they all could be.
I'm about to stab you in the
kept.
eyeball because that's exactly what I was doing.
Feeling good?
Yeah,
You're
feeling really good that night.
Yeah, I bet you were. 615-737-1025. It's Chasing Big Joe presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. It is all right to be little bitty.
It's just. I remember the first time I heard Alan Jackson, like 1990, I think it was. I was like, oh, this is new. This is because he came with Garth and Vince and Travis Tritt and Clint Black and all, that new country sound. And then he just took off, man. It's just every song. I mean, and then, he basically, with the 5 o'clock somewhere, I mean, that put Buffett into another level, which he already was on a steam level. But I think Buffett, that's the first award he ever really won. Yep. So, I mean, it's crazy. And then, but man, that lineup for Saturday night at Nissan Stadium, they'll need 4 Nissan stadiums for that. Hope it doesn't rain.
I think it's awesome. I'm sad I'm going to miss it. I think it's fantastic, but I will always be grateful for seeing Alan a few years ago at Bridgestone Arena because it was just him. And he played pretty much everything, which was
come
awesome.
out with, you go country.
Yeah, I mean, he played that.
I about said something else right there. Look at them boots. Oh, man.
How was your weekend?
That's good. Good weekend. Now, I will tell you, you and I are doing the Nashville Cats game this Saturday. No, you're not. You're out of town.
I'm gone.
Me and Jake.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, Clarksville, Saturday, you guys turned out for that Cats game. It was
and the Cats won.
Loud. Very loud, good time up there, and now they get the number 1 team in all of AF1. So they have another game Saturday. Go see it. It is the best ticket in town. Go see them.
So when it doesn't matter what sport, when your team beats the perceived best team in the league,
right,
and there's a loss on your schedule that was like you shouldn't have lost, that was caused by poor officiating, it makes you even more mad.
Yep, that's right.
Because they should be undefeated.
Yeah, our boy Kalka had a good game. He had 3 fumbles, though, and they scored 3 times. But Malik Honeycutt scored 4 touchdowns off the screen on a kickoff and ran it back. And the kicker, I think, had 5 deuces. Crowd was loving it, man.
I think he's the best kicker in the league. He's awesome.
So good. It was so much fun. So we'll see everybody up there on Saturday in Clarksville. Definitely ran into our best friend, Sean Henry.
Oh, good.
Yep. Sean, if you're listening, I love the $4 Temu shirt you had on Saturday. It looked fantastic. So we're going to order some for the staff here at 102.5 The Game.
I think Sean is they're doing a summit today for their partners.
Oh, okay.
So I did get invited, but I'm here with you guys.
Thank you.
But
what's this? What are they doing?
It's like just hanging out with all their partners. I think they're playing golf.
I didn't get that. Did you get that, Dr. Crane? I didn't get that text.
Yeah.
I got another email of something else, so Sean wasn't invited that either.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that. I'll double check with Sean a little bit. He did send me a note last night. He texted me last night and says, "Happy longest day of the year." And I sent back the double bird emoji to him because yesterday was the longest day of the year, which drives me insane. It's the longest daylight of the year, not the longest day of the year. It's over now. Now we're good. Now we got to do this again in December.
Indeed. 615-737-1025. We will continue our concerts. A couple from the text line, 7636, 2 shows. One, November 2004, Godsmacked opened for Metallica at Bridgestone.
Ooh.
September 2022, Rammstein at Soldier Field in Chicago. There's nothing like a Rammstein show. The pyrotechnics are on another level. That's good.
Isn't that an Air Force base in Germany?
Well, yes, and I think that's what the band's named after.
Oh, okay.
Mike says, for me, July 2nd, 1977, Ted Nugent, Foreigner on their first tour.
Oh!
And the Michael Stanley Band opened. All 3 were incredible.
Oh, my goodness. Ted Nugent, man. Heck of a show. Was that here, I wonder?
I don't know. 0789 says Elton John and Billy Joel, Giant Stadium, 1994. My teenage heart was in love.
Oh, they came here. I didn't see him when they came here on that same tour.
I think my mom went and saw them. Well, I want to say she did. She's seen them together. I know that. Let's see. Mike and Lebanon, the concert I want to relive is seeing Iron Maiden in the mid-'80s on the Power Slave tour. The whole stage was like ancient Egypt with huge backdrops behind the band. One made you think you were at the Great Pyramid, and it was awesome.
That's very cool. I'd read somewhere that Beavis and Butthead had more to do with Iron Maiden's success than what their great albums were, because that was a whole new generation who had no idea who Iron Maiden was because of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's true.
They're great, man.
There were probably a lot of bands.
Cinderella, AC/DC. I mean, all those because of them.
I saw a clip on Twitter the other day of Beavis and Butthead watching the Real American video, Hulk Hogan. It was Rick Derringer.
Right.
And like, it's so funny.
Are they going crazy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're like, look, now he's look where he's at now. He keeps moving around.
Oh my gosh, I love them. They were so great, man.
It's just, yeah, it's a fantastic show. Let's see. Chris and Lewisburg, my favorite band of all time was Eagles. I didn't see them in their prime, and when they split, I thought I'd never see them again, but finally saw them at Starwood on the When Hell Freezes Over tour, and it was perfect.
Oh, that was like 94?
Probably, yeah, I think 94 is when we got back together.
That's right.
So very, very good.
Now, what was yours again?
Hank Jr. at Starwood, September 2nd, 2006.
Now, why does that one stand out more than the one? What's the show your dad took you to when you're like 10? Or 12 or something?
I was a little older than that. Leonard Skinner.
Okay.
He took me and my friend Logan to Leonard Skinner. It was, I want to say the opener was, I think, Bret Michaels.
Oh, okay. What year would this have been?
03.
Your dad's like, boys, I know you're getting good education, FRA, but tonight we're going to get some education.
So the best part was we were in this may have been the second. Well, the first show at Starwood, we went with my friend Logan's stepdad, and it was Aerosmith. But Dad took us to Skinnerd, one of these shows, and we were in the covered part.
Yeah.
Like we'd gotten the good seats.
Oh, fancy there.
And I think we were like 15.
Right.
And Logan gets a beer dumped on him.
Oh, yes.
And my dad's looking at him like, they're 15 years old.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, you drink it. When I hear stepdad, I'm thinking stepdad's advice at that show is kind of like, just don't die, boys. I don't have to explain to your mom what happened. Stepdad, no.
I'll be in the car.
Stepdad, just go do what you want to do, but don't die.
No, it wasn't quite like that. But those were fun. I saw Tom Petty. Bo Diddley opened for Tom Petty.
No way.
It was awesome.
Did he? I hope somebody knew who people knew.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I knew who he was. He was badass, man. I mean, like Tom Petty, even like when he was talking, came out and he goes, I had Bo Diddley open for me. That's pretty awesome.
All right. He was also, if you remember, he was in the movie Trading Places. He was a pawn shop operator. Oh, man, that's awesome.
My favorite part of that show, and I know he did it kind of throughout his career, but at one point during the show, he talked about the Traveling Wilburys, and then played some Wilbury songs.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so cool.
But there's one band I would love to see again, but the lead singer has passed away, and they played at Starwood. They opened for Night Ranger, and it's The Outfield. And, I don't want to be with your love. That's the worst song on the Play Deep album. That's the one song everybody knows The Outfield by. The lead singer's passed away, though, but that was a great show because you knew every song, and it just kicked ass. But too bad. I'd love to see them tour again, but they're not going to. Yeah, I mean, life moves on, man.
615-737-1025. Coming up next, I have EA Sports. The college football 27 game is coming out. They have their toughest places to play that will be in the game, and I want to see if Big Joe agrees.
But you got to explain. I don't do video games.
I'll explain.
Explain how they know this. Okay.
Yeah, I'll explain.
All right.
Coming up next, Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier behind the glass. John McClain will join us in about an hour at 2 o'clock. We'll talk NFL with him. What is our World Cup update, Dr. Crane?
Lionel Messi is officially the all-time top scorer for the World Cup with 17 goals, passing Miroslav Klose. So
wow.
The Argentina is up 1-0 right now against Austria. So that's a fun one to see. Let's see if Messi can extend
Messi scored?
Yes.
Yeah.
He missed a penalty kick early on in the match, and now he redeemed himself in the 38th minute.
Missing a penalty kick is not good for some people, but maybe he'll be okay in the second half.
Let's hope so, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Just saying.
No, I need to know what you did.
I bet on.
No,
he scored 1. I bet on him to score 2 goals.
From the penalty strike, when it's just you and the goalie, it's automatic.
This is like Seinfeld and Paul O'Neill. You're like,
hey, I need you to hit 2 homes.
Yeah, right. Well, what's the guy's? It
was George. Right?
George, yeah. God, I can't think his name.
And wasn't Paul O'Neill in the hospital or something?
No, the kid was.
Oh, the kid was. Yeah, that's right.
And George went on a hospital visit with Paul O'Neill. And like, can he hit 2? He's like, it's hard to hit 1 in a game. Chase Mess can give me 4 goals.
You know what one of my favorite episodes of Seinfeld is when George is with the Yankees and like he's walking in the clubhouse and I forget. I think it was Paul O'Neill or somebody was like complaining that. Oh no, it was Showalter. Was like how hot the uniforms are.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he's like, these are polyester? Oh, these need to be cotton.
Yeah, right.
And like, so he goes up to Steinbrenner, and Steinbrenner's like, you're right. That's a genius idea. Take care of it.
Yeah.
And then they all shrink.
That's right.
George got a raise from it immediately.
You're right. Yeah, you got promoted. And do you remember who did the voice of Steinbrenner?
Larry David.
Even after he left the show,
That's right.
He still did it, but he was so perfect at it.
If you really get depressed, look how much money him and Seinfeld have made off syndication off that show.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds.
Well, and then Larry David off Curb Your Enthusiasm, too.
Good for them. Funny.
And the story of like him leaving Seinfeld is just kind of funny. It's like totally him because he just like got like he just got like one day he was just like, oh man, I can't do this anymore, and just left.
It was gone. Oh man,
his anxiety got the best of him.
Yes.
All right, so I teased this that the college football 27 video games coming out here in a couple weeks, and this has obviously been super popular since it returned. So they now have they're all this week releasing different ratings for things, and so they have done the top 20 toughest places to play on the game, and I think they poll a lot of people and to base their rankings on this, just toughest places to play in college football. So what do you think number 1 is? If you had to guess.
Ohio State.
They're actually number 2. So Ohio Stadium is number 2. The number 1 is from the SEC.
LSU.
It is LSU.
Okay.
So they have LSU 1, Ohio State 2, 3. I don't think I agree with this one, but maybe I do.
Oregon.
They are 6.
Okay. Michigan.
Not in the top 10.
Good.
They are 12th.
So it's not an SEC school.
It is not. It is a Big Ten school.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Beaver Stadium. You got 2 SEC stadiums back to back, and it is interesting the order in which these 2 teams are.
It better not be Bryant-Denny.
They are 5th.
Are they?
Yeah.
I find that place intimidating as opposed to others. I know they hate Tennessee. Tennessee won't be up there.
They're 8th.
They're 8th. Okay. So Georgia?
Yep. Sanford Stadium is 4th. I'd probably agree with that.
I do. I'd still.
Yeah.
Bryant-Denny doesn't intimidate. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the point here.
See, like I would 6 is Oregon. I would almost have 7. I would almost swap this school with Alabama.
SEC school?
Mm-hmm.
Florida?
Yep. Even though they haven't been as good, it's still a tough place to play.
Right. I just remember, was it 24 and Tennessee stomped them down in Gainesville? And then I had a friend at the game was like, it was the quietest crowd ever. So I think I put these teams together when they're good and teams roll in there. Like LSU is just the loud part of LSU. But like kneeling at night, man.
I know. I
Good
mean,
Lord.
I'm glad they're in the top 10.
Right. Me too.
So they're 8th. 9th is an ACC school.
Virginia Tech.
No.
Don't say Miami.
Virginia Tech is not in the top 20. Miami is not in the top 20.
ACC school. It's not Florida State. Called Clemson.
Clemson. Yep.
So stupid, Joe. Yeah.
And
Clemson.
then number 10 is SEC.
I'm trying to think what's left. Auburn.
Nope. Auburn is 14th.
14th. SEC. Texas.
13th.
Oklahoma.
11th.
It's not your Mississippi State, so get out of here.
It is not.
Doing a hand gesture that gives it away, dude. Come on.
Hand gesture that gives it away. That's illegal in 7 states. Weirdo. Hold on now. It's not Oklahoma, not Texas. Oh, Texas A&M.
There you go. Kyle Field.
So
the top 10, according to EA Sports: Tiger Stadium at LSU, Ohio Stadium at Ohio State, Beaver Stadium at Penn State, Sanford Stadium at Georgia, Bryant-Denny at Alabama, Autzen Stadium at Oregon, Ben Hill Griffin at Florida, Neyland at Tennessee, Memorial Stadium at Clemson, and Kyle Field at Texas A&M. The rest of the top 20, Oklahoma, Michigan, Texas, Auburn, Washington at 15, Williams-Brice Stadium at 16, South Carolina. Indiana, Memorial Stadium at 17. Rice-Eccles Stadium is 18th. Was that Houston or Utah? Is that Utah?
Is it Utah?
Yeah, that's Utah.
Oh, my goodness.
Kinnick Stadium.
Iowa.
Yep. 19, and Notre Dame at 20th.
What is the since LSU's number 1 on this list, what's LSU's win total in 26? I saw a compilation of kind of schedule predictions for LSU, and they got them going 5-7. I'm like, is that right? Is LSU that down where the football savior Kiffin's got a battle ahead of him?
All right. So win totals. Here's what we got. You said LSU?
Yes, sir.
Got a little thunder here. LSU is 8.5.
8.5
is what I'm seeing to College Football News.
All right, and then run this down.
But then they're predicting them to go 10-2.
Really?
Yep.
Clemson at home. Win or loss?
Win.
Louisiana Tech at home.
Win.
At Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss wins.
Texas A&M at home.
That's a tough one, but I give the edge to LSU.
All right. McNeese State at home.
Win.
That's 4. At Kentucky.
5.
At Mississippi State.
6.
At Auburn.
Could be close, but 7.
Okay, 7. Alabama comes home.
I think Alabama's going to be better this year because this is it. So I'll say that's a second loss.
All right. So that's 7-2. Texas at home.
Win,
right.
but close.
All right. At Tennessee.
Win. That's 10.
Really?
Yeah.
At Arkansas.
Win.
So you got them going 11-1.
Yeah. No. 10-2.
10-2?
Yeah. Lost to Ole Miss, lost to Alabama.
Okay. 10-2.
Yeah.
So I don't know where. I mean, they got these games at Tiger Stadium, which they've got Texas A&M at home, Mississippi State at home, Alabama at home, Texas at home, and then I think that Tennessee game, that's November 21st. If Tennessee is 4-4, then LSU wins that game. If the Vols are riding high, they destroy him. And that game is it's flexed at 2:30 or 7. Should be 7 o'clock game.
That'll be a night game. So this is, according to College Football News, almost certain wins for LSU: Louisiana Tech, McNeese, and Mississippi State. Likely losses, no sure losses, 50-50 games. They have Alabama, at Arkansas, at Auburn, Clemson, at Kentucky, at Ole Miss, at Tennessee, Texas, and Texas A&M.
Good Lord.
So basically all of them. So
I don't see them going 10-2. I really don't see them going 10-2, but I'm trying to figure out where else they'd get.
Their win total last year was 8.5. and they were predicted to go 10-2, and they went 7-5.
So again, like the Titans and the Jets, that Clemson game on that Saturday night is going to be massive. I mean, they're going to be going crazy. Tigers versus Tigers. The game down there, I don't know. It depends what kind of team Dabo has to bring in there to Baton Rouge on that night, and we'll see what happens. But that's a 6:30 kickoff on Saturday night.
When we come back, I'll give you Tennessee. What they got?
Okay,
because I think they're right, actually. We'll do that next. Clay, hang on. We'll get your call as well. Chasing Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. If I had money, I'd go downtown and buy a Mercury or two.
You know who does not drive a Mercury?
Who? Clay. That is true. He does not. Hello, Clay.
Case.
Actually, that's
now
Summertime Blues.
This is all tongue in cheek, just jerking your chain a little bit, okay?
Okay.
I know you were busy last week, but I just hope you don't go to a part-time sports talk show host.
Well, the next few weeks I might be, because this is the only time I can do vacation. But I'll be back. Don't worry.
You missed me, by the way, Thursday at Beyond Me. I did make an appearance about 10 after 2.
Okay. Yeah, I did miss you. I was even there for a little bit. Did you? Did you come in with your Diet Coke?
Coke Zero.
Oh, Coke Zero. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, boys, y'all are talking like wins and losses. So I'm going to direct this to Big Joe because of the text he just sent me off of a funny Father's Day photo that came out with Josh Heupel sitting on the shoulders of Clark Lee, calling him the real dad. So over under, Joe, how many games does Vandy win this year?
Hold on. Let's back up. So Clark Lee, if I do my math correctly, is 1-4 versus Tennessee. Is that correct? So how can he be Josh Heupel's daddy if he's only won 20% of the games versus his son?
Chase, I think Joe is a closet UT fan.
I mean, he does raise a question. I don't know if I'm ready to call him daddy yet, but in all of this, I mean, here's what's interesting. The site we're talking about, collegefootballnews.com, in 2024 had Vanderbilt's win total at 3.5 with their prediction of going 3-9. They went 6-6. Last year they had 5.5 with a prediction of 5-7, and obviously they went 10-2. Once again, they have 5.5 and have them going 4-8.
Well, you know, to me, the whole key, guys, is going to be Vanderbilt replaces, they've got a freshman quarterback.
Yep.
Albeit, you know, very talented, but there's going to be, I'm sure, some growing pains as he adapts to another level, you know, football. But to me, the key will be how well, you know, this rebuilt offensive line can protect him.
All right. Yeah. All right. So while you're with us, Clay, and Chase is going to do this. All right. Here we go. Opening game, Austin P.
Win.
Delaware.
Win.
NC State here.
Win.
I'd say win, but a tough one.
We'll give you 3-0. All right. At Auburn.
50-50, but I'm going to say win.
Of course you are.
I say 50-50, but I do say win.
Really?
Yeah.
Freshman quarterback against a team that's got a lot of buzz. All right, 4-0. Yep. At Georgia.
Loss.
Georgia's going to beat the hell out of Jared Curtis that game. Let me tell you, I'm telling you right now. Yeah. He made Kirby Smart look bad. They're going to go after him.
So that's 4-1.
4-1. Ole Miss here.
I'm going to say loss.
I'm going to say loss too.
All right, 4-2. Arkansas here.
Win.
5-2. At Kentucky.
Win.
Should be a win. Yeah.
At Mississippi State.
Win.
7-2. Alabama comes back.
Loss.
At Florida.
I say loss.
7-4. And finally, the Tennessee Vols roll into town.
You know I'm saying win.
Right?
I want to say win, but it's 50-50. I got to see what Tennessee is.
Exactly.
And I got to see what Vanderbilt is.
If Tennessee is 5-6 at that point, they're done. If not, if they're 8-3 at that point.
If they go 8-4, if Vanderbilt goes 8-4 after losing Diego Pavia with a freshman quarterback, I think you take that.
I'd take 7-5.
Sure.
With that, win some big games on the road. The only one I'm worried about is the Auburn game. That'd be Jared Curtis's first foray into an SEC place. If Auburn gets out to a good start and Ghoulish, whatever the coach there is, that high-powered offense he projected to bring to Auburn, it could be a long day for Vanderbilt.
I will say this now. This is on the record. You boys hold me to it.
Love to.
if we go 7-5, I will come to the studio and stand on my head. I will be a happy man.
Only if you cut your toenails.
We're gonna tape him to the wall where the Commodore's flag is.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna do that. Chase has a spot for you right next to the wall, and they've got a Vanderbilt flag in here.
You boys are the best. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Clay.
Thanks, Clay.
So speaking of, I mentioned Tennessee. Right. College Football News has their spring win total at, what do you think?
8.
7.5.
So let's play the game with you. You ready?
Sure.
Furman
win
at Georgia Tech.
Probably a tougher game than people would think, but a win.
And that's with Mendoza's brother, Armando. I think that's
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you give him a win?
Yeah, I give him a
2-0. Kennesaw State at home.
Win.
3-0. Here I was told this is the hottest ticket in college football. Texas and Knoxville, 4th game.
I think Texas wins that game. I could have copped out and said UT wins.
Right. So 3-1.
Yeah.
Auburn in the next week.
I think Tennessee.
4-1. At Arkansas.
Win.
5-1. Alabama comes to Knoxville.
Loss.
5-2. They go to South Carolina.
Win, but a tough one.
They do really bad in Columbia.
They do. You know what? Loss.
5-3. Kentucky comes to town.
Win.
7-3. 2 Texas A&M. 6-3. 2 Texas A&M.
Loss.
6-4. Here comes LSU.
Loss.
6-5 at Vandy. Woo!
So ironically, they have their projected record at 7-5, and everything's pretty much a 50-50 game. Alabama at Arkansas. Why do people think Arkansas is going to be better?
The coach from Memphis.
Yeah,
forget his name,
but the quarterback
Silverfield,
left, right?
Yeah, quarterback did. I think he's kind of like go to the pro, do your thing like that. I think that Texas game, right? Arch Manning's played in some big environments, none bigger than that. I mean, your uncle's going to be there, your family's going to be there. Tennessee fans are going to be torn because it's Manning, but they're going to go after Arch in that game. That is a critical game for Josh Heupel because you start out 3-0, Texas rolls in there, and now you're 4-0. You beat them. Auburn comes in next week. You're looking at 5-0. So every game's got to. The first game's always important. We understand that, but that Texas game, and there's people like, can I get a ticket? And like, man, already ticket prices for that game are off the chart, and that's going to be a hell of a weekend. And I hope that game. Did they already take that game a day game? Damn it.
Is it?
Damn 11 o'clock start. Get rid of the 11 o'clock starts. Just stop. Put crappy football teams at 11.
Yeah, don't get rid of them.
Put crappy teams up there.
But I agree.
Nobody wants that game at 11 o'clock.
So our buddy Ricky texted that he finds it interesting that I said Vandy would lose at Florida. He's not a big believer in Florida. They're not really either. They have them at 6.5, but do have them going 8-4. I don't know. I don't know what I really don't know what Vanderbilt is. Florida.
No, we'll see. Summerall's a hell of a coach. He's a winner everywhere he's been. Who knows? But again, you got to have talent. You got to have a quarterback to get things done in the SEC. Remember, who's the quarterback that for South Carolina? He's coming back again. But last year was projected, and I forget the
Sellers.
Sellers, right? That guy, they're 10-2, and it's like, no, he's good. You have a cast around.
Well, he's gonna. I mean, if they don't at least get to a bowl game and maybe better, he's gone.
Shane's gone.
Like I would say, Alabama, that seat's hot, whether you want to believe it or not. Well, they just gave him an extension,
like an 8-year deal. He's not going anywhere.
Stupid. Yeah. Okay. Well. I guess not, but maybe it should be. Arkansas, no. Auburn, no. Florida, no. Kirby's fine. Kentucky, no. LSU, no. Mississippi State. Who's even the coach there now?
Jeff Levy,
Jeff
unfortunately.
Levy. Okay, so
Unfortunately,
his seat could be hot.
Yeah, it already is hot because the quarterback's not fully healthy per se, and that he broke his ankle in the bowl game. So still recovering from that. We'll see what happens.
I'd say Missouri, don't have to worry there. Oklahoma. You watching that one?
Yeah, I'm getting I think I found something that unites us all, whether you're Republican, Democrat, left or right.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants 11 o'clock starts.
Okay.
I think we've touched a good nerve here. I'm with you.
If Tennessee goes 7-5.
Thank you.
If Tennessee goes 7-5 this year, which is the prediction, is that it for Heupel?
Not at all.
I don't think it should be.
Who are you going to get?
But do you think that they would view it as that's not good enough?
Yeah, and Ricky, what's his deal with Summerall? You don't like him? The guy's a winner. Went to Tulane, put them to get great teams at Tulane. Now he's going to do the same at Florida. Get out of here with this nonsense.
Okay,
No.
so we agree. It 7-5. I mean, that's not good. That's not the standard
Not at
that
all.
you want, but like I don't think it should get him fired.
But I mean, give me who's going to win 10 games of that schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, the SEC's done it, and that's why Sakie's so big about, getting more teams because he wants to, add a few more. And the fact that it weighs heavy that these SEC schools, because they're cannibalizing each other. Look at the schedule.
Yep. Can I just tell you how much fun it is to talk college football and talk about games and wins and losses?
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you 1,000%. 1,000%.
Look at you. Add.
Yeah, buddy.
Danny White's comments of saying expanding the playoffs, which is we've all talked about that loser mentality.
That's it.
That buys Josh Heupel so much more time. If they go
That's right.
7-5, it goes, wait, we could get a playoff expansion. So I think Heupel might be our guy for the expansion. That's what that says to me.
So when you're going to add those 24 teams, the teams that like 20, 21, 22, if you've got an 8-4 Tennessee team or an 8-4 Michigan State team, and the schedule difference is vast, you're taking Tennessee. I know what Danny White's doing. I mean, exactly. But I hate the fact he's like, well, we're going to do this because we're not as good as we used. Just say it. Just say it. Just say your program is not that good and you're trying to work hard every day. And that's why that loser mentality, let's expand it, get more teams in there. Hey, you didn't win it all, but we made the playoffs. Look at it. Look how great we are. Complete and utter nonsense. Every game should matter. I got my two guys.
You feel better now?
Are hooked on the World Cup in here.
I'm kind of looking to where we got some storms to our south that are
okay. Charlie Neese,
a little rough. So I'm just looking to kind of where that is, right at the Alabama-Tennessee border. I think I saw that said Jackson County and Franklin County, Tennessee, under a tornado warning.
Okay.
Currently, which is south towards, like I said, towards the Alabama border. So
look at you.
Just keeping everybody safe.
What about around here locally?
It's raining.
What about our friends in Humphreys County?
We're
and Henry, Humphreys.
I think it just rained and some thunderstorms.
Thank you so much for that.
But
weather on the 8th with
down in like Lewisburg and Lawrenceburg, Fayetteville, Tullahoma, it's a little rough right now. So
well done, buddy.
Dr. Crane will keep watching the radar, and we'll keep you updated on that. Chase and Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, June is Mental Health Month for men, but on the Chase and Big Joe show, that's every single show. We talk about mental health. We talk about getting you into therapy. We talk about improving your life. And we understand, like today, there's some dark clouds around, but if you feel like there's dark clouds around you all the time, man, we got help for you. We got you covered. We've partnered with UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com is a wonderful place to go to get therapy and to get you back living the life you absolutely deserve. That's their whole goal at UnityCares.com is to get you back feeling good about yourself and about life. Listen, the therapy there is great. Go to the webpage. Everything you need to know about therapy is right there for you. Where to start, when to start, how much do I pay, where do I go? They offer telehealth. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential. I just need you to go because you are powerful. And once you open up, you've heard the commercials. Once you get that off your chest, you'll feel so much better about life. UnityCares.com is that one place to go. Go to the webpage, UnityCares.com, see what all they have to offer, how to get started. If you've got anxiety, you got depression, it's there for you. And listen, You don't have to go through any of this alone. I cannot say that enough. You don't have to go through any of this alone. Please reach out today. I tell you guys every day how better our world is, always because you are here and you are powerful. UnityCares.com is the one place to go to get the help you need. Please visit them today, UnityCares.com.
There we go. There's some Mercury Blues. I jumped the gun on that. Summertime Blues before that. So we are. Oh, now they're breaking into the World Cup. So I guess we do have some bad storms in Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama border. So
Says tornado warning issued for Franklin County.
Around High Top, Alabama, and then into Tennessee. Oh, I guess they're looking at the High Top radar there. So yeah, so stay safe, weather aware if you're out and about. We do stretch down towards the border, so
we do.
But we're all good up here.
We're all good, man.
Yeah, raining and
yes,
some thunder here in Nashville. John McClain going to join us in about 20 minutes.
He is. Two more. So that's 5. I got 5 11 o'clock start comments. You like the 11 o'clock start? Mike Organ texted.
Well, I mean, I don't
like it. Mike, stay away.
Okay, hear me out on this. What if you use the 11 o'clock window to feature your group of 5 or group of 6 teams?
Okay.
Now you'll have to make the schedule work. I mean, you're going to have some games with the Power 4, but this is where like Fox could buy a package with Conference USA and have Middle play Western at 11 o'clock on national TV.
That'd be great. Not going to happen.
No, it's not. But I mean,
Great.
I'm saying, like, if I ran college football, I would do that.
So why can't Chase McCabe and Big Joe and Dr. Crane in the office in Birmingham, SEC office, look and say, hey, all right, Texas, Tennessee is a game that transcends just a regular game.
Yep.
They never want to talk about what goes on. Like, Arch Manning's just the same as every other quarterback in the league, and we're going to give equal representation. Horse, you know what? That is a game that is bigger than a game itself. If that makes sense. It's Arch Manning going to Knoxville where Uncle Peyton's going to be. I mean, there's some things that transcend that make that an elite game. That should be a night game at Neyland. It's going to be 1,000 degrees at 11 o'clock or noon in Knoxville. Play that game at night. That game deserves to be at night. Florida, Kentucky does not deserve to be a night game.
You know who ruined this? Fox, because they have the big noon kickoff. So
screw them.
So they put they want to put a big game at noon or 11.
Beautiful.
I mean, because I will say there are times on a college football Saturday where I'm like, I do need to get some stuff done, and I would prefer to get stuff done before.
Try to make it about you for this.
It is about me.
Well, somebody said, well, look at this. This 11 games great. 11 o'clock game's great because Ohio State, Michigan have never played a night game. It's always at 11 o'clock. It's 20 degrees then. It's late November. Nobody wants to sit through a night game up north. That's why the game's played so early. If that game was in September, put it at night, but it's not. I just think it's asinine to have that game at 11 o'clock.
I mean, like Auburn,
man.
Auburn is in the 2:30 to 3:30 or 5 to 7 window.
What other game is on that September 26th that takes precedent over Texas at Tennessee? September 26th, Texas rolls into Knoxville. It's 11 o'clock Nashville start, 12 o'clock Eastern. I'm just going to roll the games for that day. That game.
That would be all right. So on the 26th, you have Vanderbilt is at Auburn, South Carolina at Alabama, Ole Miss at Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas A&M at LSU, Missouri at Mississippi State, Sam Houston at Texas Tech. That's a big one.
Watch out now.
Houston, Georgia Southern, Colorado, Baylor, Kansas State, Cincinnati, TCU, UCF, Utah, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Central Arkansas, Florida State.
Was there a bigger SEC game than Texas at Tennessee?
I'd say Oklahoma, Georgia.
Okay. All right. Well, that can go.
And maybe Ole Miss, Florida.
I'd rather have A&M at LSU being a bigger game. But I'm saying, Oklahoma, Georgia, that sounds like a pretty good game. So you still got.
So what game? But what game on the 26th were you? Oh, Tennessee, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here. The whole SEC schedule that day.
Just tell me why you're playing at 11.
Yeah, Texas, Tennessee. I mean, yeah, I think that's why, because I think they view A&M, LSU, and Oklahoma, Georgia as probably bigger games.
I completely disagree. As much as they kiss Peyton Manning's ass, they're not going to have that game at 11 o'clock. They should have an evening game.
So what, do you think Oklahoma, Georgia should be the 11?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think this Tennessee game should be at night. And tell me why.
Because that's what they have: Ole Miss, Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas A&M, LSU, all in the same windows.
Yep.
So the flex, the 3:30 or 2:30 or 3:30 or 5 or 7.
I like it. I mean, I think it would be really nice to have that game.
And they even have South Carolina, Alabama. They have Vanderbilt, Auburn in the afternoon flex window. But they have South Carolina, Alabama in the night flex.
I don't. I mean, you got the perceived favorite for the Heisman Trophy running into the beloved home field of his uncle. I mean, there's a lot of drama outside this game.
Here's my prediction. You have that game at noon. 2:30 will be Oklahoma, Georgia. I think that's 2:30. I think the night game on ABC is A&M, LSU.
But you're coming off the night game before with Ole Miss and him.
Yeah,
You can't have him every game like
well,
that.
I bet you that's what they do.
You can't.
If they beat Ole Miss.
If that LSU team loses to Clemson, they lose to Ole Miss, they're sitting there at 2-2, rolling in when Texas A&M rolls to town. If Tennessee wins, Texas wins, you got these 250 teams coming to Knoxville.
So they can't, if they've set the start time at 11, they can't flex it.
I think that's correct from what I was told.
I'm with you. I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't put it in a flex window.
And
but.
and like one of my friends texted me, he's like, listen, I get it. He goes, but we want to tailgate all day long. I don't want to get up at 4 and leave Nashville by 5 to pray to get to Knoxville by 9 when the game starts at 11 Nashville time. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let that game. Could you imagine all the drunks at Neyland for a 6:30 start? Beautiful. Absolutely. All of us hillbillies screaming at Texas. It'd be great.
So I think Oklahoma, Georgia is 2:30 on ABC. They'll put Vandy, Auburn at 3:30 on the SEC network.
Good.
Or 3 on the SEC network.
Perfect.
Whatever. South Carolina, Alabama is either South Carolina, Alabama, or Ole Miss, Florida is the night game on SEC, and then the other one's going to be ESPN. And then you put Texas A&M, LSU as the night game on ABC.
They're doing, yeah. More, I mean, I blame you, Herb Street. I blame
there's
you.
Nothing like, let's see. Let me look at the Big Ten.
I blame Fowler and Herb Street for wanting LSU on the TV every single game.
I mean, there's
at primetime spots. You already got game day coming there for Clemson. Then you're going to do it for Ole Miss 2 weeks later.
You got Oregon, USC. That's a big one of the Big Ten. So that's probably your big noon kickoff. What else?
Wait, I don't think it would be. I don't think do they kick off at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Well, yeah, no, that's true. So it'd probably be the night game on Fox.
Right.
Of the Big 12.
Now I'm mad.
TCU, no, nothing there. And then the ACC, Clemson plays Cal. That's set for 9:30 on Friday, September 25th. Saturday, nothing. Yeah, I mean,
it took a lot.
It's all
folks.
those SEC games.
Took a lot, but I finally got Chase McCabe on my side. Now you work on Dr. Crane. Takes a while, folks. We don't agree on all people. We don't agree on a lot of things, which is fine, but we agree on this. That and 11 o'clock starts suck. You like these early starts?
There's only one reason why I like the 11 games. I pull out the Blackstone, I turn it on, breakfast and college football.
You two bozos have made this really about yourselves.
No, I
got to get stuff done today, and you're like, the Blackstone only works from 8 to 9 in the morning.
Well, look, Waffle House open 24 hours. I'm open 24 hours as well.
Seems like it's not.
4372 says, which game is more important to Texas, Ohio State or Tennessee? Ohio State. Even though Tennessee's an SEC game.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
It's SEC.
That's true.
But you know what? How about every game matters? There we go.
Yep. 4704 says, Chase, take all the vacation time you want. The show was great with Dr. Crane, so feel free to take all those vacation days. P.S. Tell Big Joe he owes me $20 for sending that text.
Signed, JS.
I don't think it's JS.
Oh, Jeffery Simmons.
Yep.
Sending us text. That big Jeff, that guy, man, every day. Yeah, so let's sign the petition right here on the We Are the People show, the Chase and Big Joe show with our friend Dr. Crane. We're going to sign a petition, send it to Greg Sankey and say, listen, change this damn time of the game.
And he will say to his assistant, how did they get the address?
Right. He's like, please tell me they're not coming to SEC Media Day.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, man.
We'll wrap up hour number 2 next. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase a Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Alan Jackson. His final concert coming up Saturday at Nissan Stadium.
Man.
Are you going to play at Tootsie's beforehand?
I'm playing at AJ's beforehand.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'll be there from 2 to 4. I have a pan flute, and I have Dr. Crane's got a mean triangle.
Nice.
And then Connor Newt's going to be playing the tambourine.
Oh,
so
cool.
We got a.
That's why
house.
he's been practicing that. That's good.
So it's be a lot of fun there. Chad had something on our text line at 11 o'clock games. Chad says, I like 11 o'clock games for crap games like Wake Forest versus Rutgers, not for games I care about. Chad, you summed it up perfectly. Thank you for that.
I think that's fair. But, I think Fox has ruined it by making the big noon kickoff the big thing.
Yeah. I love Clay's getting a little pushback on the text line. Bucket. We want to be a serious fan base. We're Vanderbilt. Clark is 1-4 and Heupel's daddy on that. Which is good. Let him keep going. I find that very funny. But no, that's the thing. It's like that's why we love college football, man. The pomp and circumstance. That's why I get so mad that college football is slowly shifting towards an NFL model, and I absolutely hate it with every fiber in my body. And that's why it's good to talk about games and matchups and what's happening and TV and things like that to get us all fired up for that. But it'll be here before we know it. I just think the ESPN has attached himself to the Lane Kiffin drama. And I think it might be too much by mid-September, by the third or fourth game. It might be too much. Like, oh, Kiffin's on again. Turn. I know all the games on TV, but in the prime time window that you love, enough is enough, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you might be right. The Kiffin, I think it's just hard now for people to like him. And he's done that to himself.
Exactly.
You know, because it's like you just don't believe it anymore. And I mean, I wanted to like him at Ole Miss. And if he had, and it's college football's fault, it's not just his fault.
Right.
But if like he had stayed and saw it through with Ole Miss, and then when the season came to an end, said, "Hey, I'm going to LSU," I think now Ole Miss fans wouldn't have felt this way, but I think everybody else been like, "Okay, all right, I get it."
Right.
But it's the whole leaving.
I found it funny the narrative of like, well, he's got a better chance to win a college football championship at LSU, while the team he coached was in the damn playoffs.
Right.
I was like, what are we doing? And I just think, and look, I love LSU and Baton Rouge and that environment. I just think it's really cool. And now I'm going to find myself rooting against them because of him. I want Clemson to beat him. I want Ole Miss to beat him by 70.
I mean, LSU has made it really hard to like their school, their program. I mean, what they've done.
Your boy,
I mean,
basketball coach,
which again, he could have very easily come back and been a lot more humble.
Right.
It just seems like that hadn't happened, which is interesting. And then didn't the baseball coach, didn't they bring him or
something like that? Yeah.
There was somebody else they brought back. Or no, it's the old basketball coach that's on Will's staff.
That's right.
I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people. And then Kim Mulkey, it's hard to cheer for her.
Let me ask you a question. Because I see where your eyes are going. Is this why does gambling and betting help events like what you're doing right now? Would you be watching this game had you not bet on Messi?
Probably not.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Why do you watch a Monday night Arizona versus San Francisco game?
Same reason.
The same reason, right?
Yeah.
So I get it. If he doesn't,
he scored one, so I'm good. But
you got greedy.
But I had two as well.
You greedy little bastard and want to get more goals. But they're only up 1-0. No way, different game.
1-0. They are up 1-0.
Don't you start to.
That is correct.
He's correct. The vocabulary is correct. 1-0.
I'm telling. Don't start that nonsense with me. I'm not getting in. I'm not giving in to all that stuff. It's 1-0. You know why people in America don't like soccer?
We got to go to McClain.
Oh, we do. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
John McClain joins us next. 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. World Cup. Argentina wins 2-0 as Leo Messi scores at the death. Is it close to say that, I guess, for his second goal, and they beat Austria 2-0 down there in Dallas. Speaking of Texas, let's go to Houston and talk to our man John McClain, who joins us now. John, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. I am absorbed with the World Cup like many are, and I saw something mentioned last week. I never thought about if only this came from somebody in Europe. If only 20% of America cares about the World Cup, that's more than England, Spain, and France combined when you see the populations. And one of the things I noticed today, something I thought I might never see again, greatness at AT&T Stadium. A great team playing in Arlington.
Oh, you had to get that in there, didn't you? But, I mean, Joe just asked me a fair question, and obviously we're watching the Americans for obvious reasons, but, you know, Argentina, Austria, he's like, would you have paid attention to this if I bet on Messi to score? And I'm like, probably not. But I do think that has probably gotten people's attention with all the apps and things like that. But also, it's just such a cool event, and the fact that it's in North America, I think, is drawing people in as well.
We've had it before. I believe it was the all-time record on attendance, which we should break this time. It's amazing to think about all the great stadiums and great cities that have not hosting in this World Cup, like Las Vegas, first and foremost. Can you imagine seeing the orange crush of fans from the Netherlands going down Las Vegas Boulevard, or the Norwegians rowing down Las Vegas Boulevard the way they shut down Times Square today? My wife, Carol, they were keeping the Dutch fans route from Rice Stadium to NRG Stadium, Houston Stadium during the World Cup, 2.5 miles. They were trying to keep it a secret. So I called a friend of mine on the committee, and he sent me the map, and she and I went over where she should probably go, and she got there, I think it's 6:30 a.m., and it was already packed with other people that knew the same thing, and it was just an unbelievable thing to watch. And it's the fans. Yes, the games are good. They're close. We have stars scoring. But to me, it's the fans from around the world coming here and having a great time, and fans here joining them and having a great time. And I know this. I have retweeted everything I see with fans talking about how great Americans have been to them compared to what they expected, that they'd heard through the media. And I think the next time we have a World Cup, Nashville's going to have a great stadium. Nashville would be a great place, along with Las Vegas, Phoenix, Chicago, which should have a new stadium by then. There'll be a lot of cities. You know, they'll always go to New York and L.A. and probably Miami. But it's been a monumental event at a great time, because the NFL is not doing anything. And one of the things that is just preposterous, I've been seeing this since I was working at the Waco paper in 1973, 4, and 5, and a lot of youth started playing soccer, and all families and media started saying it would overtake our football because all these kids would grow up and become soccer players. They grew up and became football, baseball, and basketball players, and golf and tennis. Now they're saying the same thing, and that's hogwash. You know, football ain't taking over football in America.
Yeah, I agree with that. John, Jeffery Simmons has signed a new contract with the Titans, $105.9 million, with $100 million of that guaranteed. The first defensive tackle in league history to get over $100 million at signing. I think we know what he means to the Titans, but what do you think of the contract?
I thought it was great for him. He's earned it. I like teams like the Texans. This is a thing Nick Caserio has done. Like you'll see Will Anderson Jr. signed a 3-year, $150 million contract, and that people are going, "Oh my God, he's going to make $50 million this year." No, he's got 2 more years left on his current contract, and if you add it all up, it's less than $50 million a year. Still, it's $150 million. Teams that sign their best players sends a great message to other teams. To other players, to players from other teams. One of the best things you guys got working there is the city, the area, and what a great area it is, and fast growing. And a lot of athletes, former athletes, are living there. I'm guessing there's current athletes that live there, but more and more people are going to be moving in. And if the Titans win, and I'm not talking about a Super Bowl, but I'm just talking about get respectable again, players are going to want to come there. Coaches are going to want to come there, not just head coaches, but assistant coaches. So I think it sends a great message. It was a really smart thing for them to do. Mike Bergonzi obviously did it. Amy Adams-Strunk signed off on it. Obviously, Robert Saleh wanted to do it, and Jeffery Simmons ought to have an even better season.
John, when you compare this to now we go back and play revisionist history, they should have signed A.J. Brown in 22. He wanted that money. But it feels like this is different because at the time, A.J. was good, wasn't great. But Simmons, though, John, he's elite. And I agree with what you're saying. This does send a message around the league of we're going to pay our guys, a great place to be. And here's our bell cow, Jeffery Simmons. I agree with you. It sends just a powerful message across the league to come here and get it done. And even better if this team can win some games this year.
I agree with you, Joe. The fact that Saleh's a defensive coach and a damn good one, and he's going to make his calls this year, I'll guarantee you that defense is going to be so much better with Robert Saleh coaching it, and Simmons is the best player. And we all know it starts up front. And so people ought to be really fired up. Offense, you don't know. Ward's going into his second season. You're not sure about the running game, the wide receivers, the offensive line. But this team's going to be vastly improved. It's going to be a tough team to beat, whether they're playing on the road or at home. And Simmons ought to be leading the van. He should have that baton, and he's out in front of everybody because they've taken great care of him, and that shows other players. If I play great and they want it, and I'm part of a winning culture, they're going to take care of me too.
Yeah, well done, John. Today's the deadline for the supplemental draft that goes in there. If Sorsby, he's going to get drafted, but if the guy declares for the draft, does not get drafted, how does he get to a team? Is he an undrafted
free agent?
So anybody can get him.
Anybody can get him. I guarantee you, if something happened like that, and it won't. Now, if he just didn't enter it, he's not an unrestricted free agent. I'll tell you, though, I'll bet you, because Sorsby is better than a lot of people thought, because they didn't pay much attention to Cincinnati and his size and the way he runs, he maneuvers. You like to say he's intelligent, and people say, well, if he's so intelligent, how's he such a moron when it came to camp? But he is intelligent, and the coaches like him. I noticed Kurt Signetti came out and gave him a strong endorsement. So it's going to be somebody's going to get him, and I don't think it'll be a third-day pick like a lot of experts are saying. Teams have extra picks, and I think that when you have extra picks, you can afford to gamble. And I don't think, excuse the term, no pun intended,
right,
that he's that big a gamble. I think he'll say everything that's right. He'll have till July, whatever, to work out for teams, have his own combine and pro day, so to speak. And he'll work like crazy, and he'll be very impressive, because he'll say, I'll guarantee you, he's got PR experts. They'll tell him what to say. Yes, I gambled. I was stupid. I'll never do it again. It got to be an obsession. I've been getting help. And, I know I'm a long way from being cured, but I'm not ever going to bet again.
Yeah, I'm with you. And you go back to 89 when Jimmy Johnson, remember, drafted Steve Walsh in the supplemental draft because he wasn't a Troy Aikman fan?
Yeah, Steve Walsh won their only game that year.
That's right. Yeah, and it's just funny how had it played out if Walsh would have been good, and of course Johnson, shipped him over to New Orleans, got more draft picks. But
he traded. It was ridiculous what New Orleans gave up for Steve Walsh, and Brendan Sorsby's a better prospect. Jimmy he wouldn't have been that high if it wasn't for Jimmy taking him and knowing him like he did. But if you took Sorsby and say you can't keep using the word gambled. But you gambled, you took him, and he got to play in preseason, say next year.
Right.
And then if you had somebody else that you were settled on, you get a draft choice for him.
We will have more with John McClain coming up here in just a few minutes. Do want to pass this along because it just came out. The Hockey Hall of Fame has announced their 2026 class, and it includes Pekka Rinne. So Pekka Rinne joins the Hockey Hall of Fame, which is really cool to see.
Nice.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So we will talk more about that after John, but John continues next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, continuing with John McClain down in Houston. John, the Titans put their training camp schedule out today, and they're going to have 3 joint practices with all 3 of their preseason opponents. I'm used to seeing 2, but interesting that they're going to practice with all 3.
I like that because, number one, I remember Jeff Fisher told me one time coaches like joint practices better than preseason games because they can orchestrate it. They can talk ahead of time, look at exactly what they want to look at. Like, I'll guarantee you the teams they practice against are going to want to see their young interior players going against Jeffery Simmons, because that's the way it used to be here with J.J. Watt when we got such a kick out of watching him go one-on-one with players from other teams. And I think that's great because when you're a new staff, you have so many new players, you have to do more evaluations. I think that's very wise on Robert Saleh's part.
When do you remember that becoming more of a normal thing of joint practices?
And I can't remember. If I was talking to Jeff Fisher about it, then that would go back to the early 2000s before I started covering the Texans. So
you didn't see it with the Oilers?
No. They back then players beat the hell out of each other every day in practice. They did it in the off season too. They didn't need to hit anybody else. But I'm guessing, and I don't know who came up with the first one, but whoever had that idea is probably a location thing. Like if you're Dallas and you're training in LA and you got the Raiders by or San Diego and it doesn't cost much money. I'm guessing it was a location thing for the first 2 who did it.
John, let me ask you about, I'm reading this about Joe Burrow now, and like he says that the vibe feels good for the Bengals here. And I still think with Joe Burrow, John, there's a little bit of the Andrew Luck in him. You know, Andrew Luck got tired of getting beaten up and just said, I'm good. Can if Burrow has another year, John, where he doesn't make it through even half the games, could this be like I'm stepping away? Do you have a vibe that way on Joe Burrow?
Joe, I do not. And the reason is he hadn't had to have his spleen removed, and he hadn't had to do the injuries that Andrew Luck had, where Andrew hurt all day, every day. It never got better, even in the off season. When he retired during preseason, is because he couldn't get better. Even with the time off he had, he never got better because he took such a beating. Burrow's been unlucky with some of his injuries, but I don't think any of them are affecting the way he throws or moves. And unlike Andrew Luck, who was like a 6'4", 245-pound tight end who ran a lot and went back to high school and Stanford and with the Colts, he took a lot of hits that he didn't have to take.
Well, it's just interesting reading because, I think he's only played 24 was the one season. He played more games than anything else, but just the beating he's been taking forever. And they've talked about addressing the offensive line with him. And it's funny. I think about the Bengals. I go back to the 90s, John, when didn't they weren't the coaches, the scouts, and then they had no scouting department back then? I mean, it was just a really bad organization. I'd love to see Burrow take them to the top.
They were cheap. Mike Brown was notoriously cheap, and it wasn't till his daughter, Katie Blackburn, and her husband got involved, and she started taking more of a role that the Bengals started spending money. They had the smallest scouting department. They had the smallest coaching staff. They had the smallest of everything because the Browns are not wealthy. What they own is the Bengals, and they could sell it, of course, and make billions, but until you sell it, you still want to have money. And today they're making a whole lot more than they did. The Bengals are not noted anymore for being the cheapest franchise.
Well, I mean, you saw that the David Shula teams of the 90s. I mean, there was talent there. They just had nothing. They had nothing to take them to the next level, right?
Well, they went to the Super Bowl in '82 and lost to the 49ers. Then they came back and when they lost to the 49ers again when Montana hit John Taylor. So they did go to 2 Super Bowls, which made other teams envious because the Bengals were spending so little money and still getting to go to 2 Super Bowls.
John McClain is with us here on the program. When is the opening, the training camp opening for the Texans? When did you
29th.
The 29th. So what is the deal? Because the Titans have rookies come in on the 23rd, like a week before the veterans. Is that because it's a new coach, or does every team get that?
Not every team does. I think every team does it. The Texans do it. We can't interview them. We don't. It's like a pre-training camp. Forever, with the Oilers, they would have a week's rookie mini camp. Then the veterans would come in and have almost 2 months, and that would include 6 preseason games. And so I remember I was once Marriott started having a program for points. I got one reason when I retired with over $3 million was those long training camps in other cities where I could get humongous numbers of points. And then they did away with the rookie camps. Then all of a sudden they started doing them again. That mainly is just like an off-season program. It's all about the mentals. So when the vets come in, the rookies won't be making an ungodly amount of mistakes.
Let me ask you this, because I've had this in my mind and I keep forgetting to ask, and I just remembered. So you talk about Nick Caserio a lot with us, and what he's done for the Texans. You've covered a lot of general managers in your career. Where is he right now based on some of the guys that you've covered?
Well, let's see. He came in, took over the worst team in the league, and they were bad for 3 years, and they won the division twice, and they won a playoff game each of the last 3 years. And he's done a really good job, except with his offensive line. It's not for lack of trying. He's had a 1 and 2 twos that didn't work out. And so I think based on where this team was, based on where I have seen Houston teams be bad for a long time, to only be terrible for 3 years and people act like, oh my God, this is going on forever. I say, you don't know how to spell forever, much less know the meaning of forever. And I would give them forever what it was like. And so I think Caserio, when I go back, Don Klosterman was a really good general manager for the Oilers back in the 60s. Sid Gilman, Hall of Fame coach, came in as a GM, turned the franchise around, hired Bum Phillips. Bum became the general manager. And after he got fired, Lad Ersey. People here still don't like Lad Ersey, but he made moves that helped him go to the playoffs 7 consecutive years, drafted guys like Munchak and Matthews, signed Warren Moon, gave him the biggest contract in history. And then with the Texans, Charlie Casserly did a good job getting him off the ground. Rick Smith did a great job with first-round picks. But based on where this franchise was, I think Nick Caserio is the best Texans general manager.
Okay. That's kind of where I thought you'd go, but I was just curious on that. John, appreciate it. As always, we will talk next week.
Sounds great, guys. Thank you very much, as always.
Yes, sir. John McClain joins us every Monday at 2:00. Again, the breaking news, Pekka Rinne has been announced as one of the latest inductees into the Hockey Hall of Fame. We'll discuss that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Monday. He is Big Joe Dewitt. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier behind the glass. As we mentioned during John McClain, it came out Pekka Rinne has been inducted will be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's part of the 2026 class, which is very cool. He joins Patrice Bergeron, Cindy Curley, Carey Price, Keith Kachuk, and Brian Burke, a longtime front office member. So that is the 2026 class. But Pekka Rinne joins Shea Weber and David Poile as what I call true Nashville Predators in the Hall of Fame, but also Paul Kariya is a member of the Hall of Fame, as is Peter Forsberg, who only played 17 games. But
Right.
They are technically in and considered a member of Predators history. But I think we all look at David Poile, Pekka Rinne, and Shea Weber as the franchise.
Surprised by this?
To be completely honest with you, yes, I am. I thought Pekka had an excellent career. He obviously won the Vezina Trophy. He played in a Stanley Cup final. He was, I think, a finalist for another Vezina Trophy. But I thought the resume was tight. I thought it was really close, and I thought that he probably wouldn't get in, but because they didn't win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So I'm pleasantly surprised that he did. Because look, I think that you got to factor in international play and the fact that he missed. He did miss a lot of time with the hip injury as well during his career. So
now you explained it to me, but others. This is not the NHL.
It's like football. There's not an NFL Hall of Fame. There's a Pro Football Hall
But
of
the
Fame.
NFL Hall of Fame's not putting in Canadian football players in.
I think there are some.
Exclusively in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, but it's called the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
So there is the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's the only.
Okay.
There's a U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, but this is the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Now the U.S. Hockey. Okay, I get it now. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. So there's not an NHL Hall of Fame.
Okay.
It's the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's what it is. So this is the highest honor you can receive.
It's crazy because I remember his first games here, and now he's in the Hall of Fame.
I do too.
I think he's deserving. As I've said all along, when I'm asked about who's the most genuine athlete I've ever been around, it's Pekka Rinne.
Yeah.
The most gracious, the most genuine I've ever been around. After wins and losses, he stood there and took every single question that was thrown at him, whether it's good or bad. There was no filter with that. That's why I love Pekka Rinne. He was so genuine in everything that he did.
The Preds have tweeted it out, and they have a picture of him sitting with goats, and it says "goats only." And it says,
nice.
"We always knew he was a goat." Pekka Rinne, Hall of Famer. It's
Well
pretty
done.
cool. I
Yes.
mean, I obviously was over the moon excited for Shea and for David Poile. I am so happy for Pekka because you talk about the coolest, nicest people that you will ever meet. I mean, Pekka's probably at the top of that list. I'll never forget when he won. I forgot what milestone it was. One of his big 300 wins, I think, maybe. It was after the game, and I went in to do like I always do, and I really pushed. I was just like, "Hey, can I have a few minutes with Pekka?" And PR was like, "Well, we'll do our best. Obviously, he's going to do a lot." Well, Pekka calls me over to his locker and says, "Hey, yeah, I got time for you."
Nice.
And so I mean, that's what he did. That's how he was. He sat there and answered every question and took every. The funny part was when he called me over, he goes, "Can I sit down while we do it?" And I laughed and I said, "Pekka, you do anything you want to do."
He's like, "Hey, get Chris over here. Come over, Chris. Have a seat with me."
He was great though. So hopefully we can get him on, here in the next week or so. I know he's not in the country right now, but
one of the best questions was ever asked to him. I think, and I'll give Corey Curtis credit for this. He asked him this after Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, and he said, "Can you talk about your just this tremendous answer of being grateful and being in Nashville and what it means to be here. And, I think he won basically game 3 and 4, right? I mean, he played 1 and 2. He was not very good in Pittsburgh.
Nope.
And I think he was nervous. 3 and 4 here, he played his tail off and got them those
game.
2 wins.
Yeah, I'll say game 1, he played like that Forsberg goal should have counted. Like game 1 should have gone different.
Yeah.
Like I think he played well enough for them to win. I mean, I hate doing the revisionist history, but like you get a couple of calls to go your way in game 1 and game 6, and the Stanley Cup's in Nashville. And then this wasn't even a question. Like
right. Yeah.
he's in, and maybe there's some others. I mean, what's going to be interesting is I think Barry Trotz will obviously go in as a coach. And so obviously we will claim that. I know he won the Stanley Cup elsewhere, but he's a building block of the Predators. Peter Laviolette probably, when his career's done.
He won a cup.
I mean, he's won a lot of games. He's appeared in 3 Stanley Cup finals and won one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are Roman Josi by far for sure will go in one day. So, I mean, it's cool to now talk about, not just guys like Paul Kariya is very important to this franchise, and anyone that says he's not has not paid attention.
Right. And tell people why.
Because he was the first major free agent to choose Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed the game for David Poile and the Predators. So, I know he only played here 2 years, but that's 2 years of his career. And so he's a Hall of Famer. Peter Forsberg wasn't here long, but again, that was a big trade. That was a monument that was going for it. That was the first time that you've really seen them go for it. So, but to now have Poile, Rinne, and Weber in the Hall of Fame is just truly, absolutely tremendous.
It is.
And I'm so happy for Pekka and his family. Like, that's so cool. And the fact that, his kids are going to get to witness it and all that, like, that's just amazing. So
good for him, man. So,
and I'll never forget being there for his last game. Like that was, we were just still coming out of COVID, and he had a shutout and played lights out. And, you saw him raise that stick and have his moment, and the boys stayed on the bench, and he hated that, but they gave him the ice and like that standing ovation. And you knew at that moment, like, that's it, but like it was emotional. And so I think for me, even though, yes, I admit I'm surprised, but I'm very happy to be surprised. I don't know if I think it was one of those, maybe I thought he would get in one day, but I didn't think it'd be this quick. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I always thought this not winning a Stanley Cup would be like, well, he's great, but
right. But hockey is different. Like they do factor in your international play, and they factor in the individual awards. And, I think there's an argument that maybe he could have had more than one Vezina. But I'm so excited, over the moon.
Well, there's only one statue outside Bridgestone Arena.
Yeah, it is. And now it's a Hall of Fame statue.
Right.
You know what's funny? A lot of people argue that Hall of Fame gets you a statue. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's it, right?
I think he's like, oh, hey, hang on, hold my beer. Just wait.
I think it's great. He's just a complete class.
He's a Hall of Fame human.
Hey, he was.
I can tell you that.
And we don't see that because we want to be part of the group. No, I mean, he truly is a good man.
Yeah.
And was so genuine and so gracious with his time when he was here. So this is so well deserved. Every bit of it.
I will say this too.
Say it, buddy.
It has been a good 24 hours for the Tkachuk family, because Brady getting traded from Ottawa to go play with his brother in Florida, Matthew, and now their father, Keith, is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So
nice.
It's good to be a Tkachuk.
It is. It's also good to be a McCabe in the last hour. A Kaching.
That is true.
Something better in your head?
Thank you, Leo.
In 2 seconds. I did. I figured that out. Thank you. It's a good weekend. Well done.
Yep. So there's going to be talk and debate on this. I'll be curious to hear DVD, talk about Pekka and the Hall of Fame, but I'm just over the moon excited for him. So Pekka Rinne, a hockey Hall of Famer. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up with what day is it and celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. Pecorine going to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Still excited about that. So we'll
such good news for that guy. Just go back to seeing him and covering him and everything. Just wonderful. That's great, man. By the way, Dr. Crane, you'll like this. They're already projecting prices for the quarterfinal match in Kansas City between Argentina and Portugal.
Dude, that's gonna go for 10 grand. that would be a 10 grand game.
I don't think the most one on the lower level, they start at $5,500.
Get it now while you can. That's gonna go up.
And then they go on and on. I mean, their tickets are somewhere in the tens of thousands of dollars to see Ronaldo and Messi.
Last time ever, probably.
All right. Chase,
is that one of those like they respect each other but don't like each other?
Yeah,
Things?
I would say they respect each other, but yeah, there is a healthy, back and forth for sure. Because they both were up for Ballon d'Or multiple times when they both played at Real Madrid and Barcelona, and now they are playing at the international level, which again could be one of the last times we ever see it.
By the way, Pecorine said the honor represents me and all the members of the Nashville Predators organization. It's surreal to think I'll be joining my teammate Shea Weber in the Hockey Hall of Fame. There you go. If you wanted to sum up Pecorine in one word or in a couple sentences,
right? Not about me.
Nope. There you go. That's why he's a Hall of Fame person. So we'll have more on this. With that, let's get to what day is it in celebrity birthdays.
Okay, short list here today, guys. We have National Onion Rings Day today, National HVAC Tech Day, Take Your Cat to Work Day, World Rainforest Day, and the last two on the list, we have National Chocolate Eclair Day and Stupid Guy Thing Day is what it says.
Nice on that.
Stupid Guy Thing Day. Not sure what that means, but there we go.
Don't we have a cat that visits us here?
Yeah. Ryder,
that's his name.
Yeah,
I never remember if it's Ryder or
he's
Roger.
part of the engineering crew.
He's part of the engineering crew.
Yeah.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2 years of their actual birthday. Here we go. Dr. Crane, you're up first today. You ready?
Yes, sir.
How old is a charter member Phi Slamma Jamma, Clyde Drexler?
77.
Let's see. I'm going to say 67.
64. Which the nickname Phi Slamma Jamma is one of the greatest nicknames of all time. Chaser, how old is MMA fighter Randy Couture?
57.
58.
63. You said that confidently, Dr. Crane. You were way off.
He's one of the founding, fighters of MMA.
Okay. How old is former Pittsburgh Steelers tight end and a gigantic human being, Eric Green?
44.
He had the long hair, right?
Did not.
No? Who am I thinking of?
Not him. He's huge.
Yeah. 64.
59. Chaser, how old is Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner?
55.
53.
56. Chaser on board of 1-0. Dr. Crane, Tim Hasselbeck says this is the best guy ever played with. How old today is Champ Bailey?
40.
I'm going to say he is 50.
48. Got it within 2. Well done. Chaser, how old is Todd Rundgren? Hello, it's me.
Doesn't he also have the song
Bang on the Drum all day?
Bang on the Drum, yeah.
I don't want to work.
73.
77.
78. Dr. Crane's on the board. 2-1. Dr. Crane, how old is your favorite actress? Although she did not appear on Days of Our Lives. How old is Meryl Streep?
80.
78.
77. Chase up 3-1. Chase, how old is Cyndi Lauper?
Girls just want to have fun. She is 68.
67.
73. Dr. Crane, how old is Carson Daly?
Who?
Carson Daly.
Related to John Daly or no?
Yeah, it's his dad.
Hang on. Okay. You don't know who Carson Daly is?
No.
Total Request Live, MTV, Carson Daly.
Made me feel so old sometimes.
On Today's
I know
Show.
You don't mean to, but
No.
I feel like I'm 100 now.
I mean, I used to watch like the MTV show where they had like over in Times Square, right?
That was him.
Oh, that guy. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, my bad. Sorry. Let's go 48.
That's probably close. I'm gonna say 53.
53 exactly.
Okay.
President of the Carson Daily Fan Club is
Now
Chase
he's on
McCabe.
the Today Show.
Yeah, I just didn't know his name. Sorry.
53. How old is Chaser? How old is Donald Faison? He's on Scrubs. Faison?
Oh, yeah. 52.
50.
52 exactly. Chase is up 7-1. Dr. Crane, how old is your role model, Aaron Brockovich?
47.
Do you know who that is?
No, I
Oh
don't.
my God.
I'm gonna say 70.
65. How old Chase is Dan Brown, the author? He wrote, The Da Vinci Code. Dr. Crane's gonna get mad at me. And Angels and Demons.
71.
77.
62. A few more real quick here. Dr. Crane, how old is journalist Britt Hume?
58.
60.
83. Chaser, how old is the Bionic Woman, Lindsay Wagner?
71.
77.
77 exactly. It's now 7-3, but time's running out. Okay. Dr. Crane, how old is actress Tracy Pollan? She's married to Michael J. Fox.
58.
64.
66. With that, puts it out of reach. Chase wins 8-3.
All right.
Well done.
There you go.
There's a few down the line here, but it's too much.
Yeah, that's okay. By the way, we've been, things have just flown by today. The NASCAR races over the weekend from Air Base Coronado in San Diego, the Navy base, fantastic, so cool. The fact that the broadcast booth for Prime was on the bridge of an aircraft carrier,
Right.
One of the coolest things I've seen.
Did Dale Jr. explain how San Diego got its name?
He did not. No. I know it was on Prime. He could have, but
He
no.
should.
He did not. But
Who won the race?
Corey Heim, 13th start in the Cup Series. He's running a part-time schedule for 23XI, Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, and he'll go full-time next year. But he stole the win yesterday.
So that was a straight
people.
course?
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
3.4 miles, I think, is what it was measured at. Goes around the base and on a runway, and just so cool.
So is that like NASCAR's equivalent of F1?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. They've done street courses in Chicago and now this, and they wanted to do it for the 250th. So who knows if they'll go back. I mean, obviously doing it on a military installation is not easy.
Right.
But pretty neat event.
Good.
So kudos to NASCAR and to Corey Heim for getting his first win in just his 13th career start. That is going to do it for us here today.
Hey, I hope everybody our guys had a good weekend. Listen, be strong, be powerful, know that we love you. And I'll just tell you every day that you have survived every bad day that's come your way. Don't take that lightly. You have survived every bad day that's come your way. That's how powerful you are. God's given you the blueprint to succeed. It's called you. Right? So know how much we love you on the show. Please reach out if you need to talk. We are always here for you to let you know how great of a job you're doing. We love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming your way next on 102.5 The Game.